Welcome back to Newsvision. I'm Alex Holt. Feeling guilty for talking or texting while driving? Well, if you drive in Maryland, it's one habit you might want to break, because now, if you get caught, there will be some expensive consequences. Newsvision reporter Ashley Freeman has the story.
Drivers may find themselves a little less distracted now that Maryland has a new no phone and no texting law. The new legislation went into effect on October 1st, with Maryland following several other states that have already implemented the law.
Before the law, we didn't have any law to be able to force people to not use without texting. With the new legislation, will help us to be able to enforce that and make our roads a little safer.
The ban on handheld devices while driving is part of what is called secondary enforcement, which means drivers must commit a primary offense while driving in order to be stopped and charged with the secondary offense, texting. Although police expect to see a decrease in phone usage, some drivers don't think it's realistic.
It'll have a very minor effect, if any. People are going to take the risk and see if they can obey get past the law.
According to a recent Zogby International poll, 66% of 18 to 24-year-olds said they have driven while text messaging.
You know, you could be making plans while driving, or someone's trying to tell you something, and it should wait till after you're done, but I have a hard time.
Maryland officials are hoping drivers turn to hands-free devices like these instead of their thumbs to send that quick text message.
According to the new legislation, those caught using handheld devices while driving could be fined anywhere from $40 to $100. But there are some exceptions to the law. Drivers are allowed to text 911 in emergency situations, and they can use global positioning devices. I'm Ashley Freeman for Newsvision.
Drivers aren't the only ones upset over the increase in parking meters. Some restaurants owners say it's driving away their business. Newsvision reporter Mary Goody has the story.
I hate parking here. It's so hard to find parking, and anytime I do, the signs are always really confusing.
That's because the signs in busy areas like Adams Morgan, Chinatown, and the U Street corridor are giving drivers two different messages. This sign shows that there is a 2-hour parking limit, ending every evening except Sunday at 6:30. But at the payment machines, the sign reads that it's a 4-hour time limit, until 10 p.m. every day except Sunday.
You just don't know how much to put in there.
And the confusion can mean a hefty ticket.
I hate the entire ticketing system of Washington, D.C.
It sometimes makes me not want to come down as much as maybe I would other times.
Here at Meze and Adams Morgan, employees say business has slowed down drastically, mostly due to parking.
I wouldn't go if I was to get a ticket, $50 ticket for nothing, for just eating dinner and then not forgetting about my to move.
Whoever gets a ticket isn't going to come back here because, they don't want to come and spend a few dollars for a meal here and get a ticket for 50 or 25.
Waleed Abdulawa says Old City Cafe customers don't get a chance to enjoy their meal because they're worried about being ticketed.
People here to come at night, they want to spend 2, 3, 4 hours sitting in a restaurant and they only park allowed for 2 hours. So they have to come and that will drive them away from here.
But a parking enforcement officer says residents of these high traffic areas are forcing them to crack down.
People that live in this area that try to come on, they don't have parking.
There is one solution to the parking problem. Leave your car at home.
I try to take public transportation whenever I come down here.
It's just so much easier to take the metro.
For Newsvision, I'm Mary Goody.
Well, you might be thinking I'd be better off taking public transportation, but Newsvision reporter Jasmine Wallace says there's some confusion there too. She has details on the new 7-day bus pass smart cards, which aren't as widely accepted as Metro had hoped.
Metro will be offering weekly bus passes on Smart Trip cards. Riders can now load a 7-day bus pass on the Smart Trip card, which allows unlimited travel on Metro buses and regional bus routes. Although this may seem like a convenient option, some Metro riders, like Susan Hardy, would rather keep the bus pass and Metro Smart Trip cards separate.
I'm not really comfortable with the Smart Card, thinking that it's cheaper. it's really hard to tell when you get on the buses whether or not it's taking the correct amount from the card, and I'm just more comfortable with the bus pass.
Unlike the paper bus passes that are valid from Sunday to Saturday, the 7-day bus pass on Smart Trip allows for flexibility because it is activated the first day a customer uses it and is valid for 7 consecutive days. Customers can load 2 bus passes on a card. The second one automatically activates when the first one expires. We found one DC resident who saves money by letting her sister purchase her card at the student rate.
I gave my sister the money to buy me a student Smart Trip, which is $30 for the month, because I was in my negatives on my Smart Trip. So, I mean, my money was going basically to Metro, which is, I think, is ridiculous.
The cost of a 7-day bus pass on the Smart Trip card is $15 regular price and $7.50 for senior citizens and people with disabilities. This is the same price of a paper bus pass. Metro riders will not be able to load a bus pass onto a Smart Trip card that has a negative balance. Paper bus passes will be available for use until January 1st, 2011, and then all bus passes must be on a Smart Trip card. I'm Jasmine Wallace for Newsvision.
All the problems with parking and public transportations have some folks turning to bicycles and Segway machines. We'll show you the new trends right after this.
Please. Yeah. Thank you.
Some things you just can't do without. It happens every night, all across America.